Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 15 of our All the Mod 7 Season 2 Let's Play series, where today we are getting our gas-burning generator set up, we're automating lava production in the nether, we're talking about our ore processing, automated ore processing, lots of stuff to do, so let's get started. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of TheAndrata, where we're just zooming, apparently, because I forgot to turn my jetpack off. We're today, we got a lot of things to talk about here. Not a lot, just did a little bit of work in between episodes just to get some stuff taken care of, straightened out, and processed, essentially. Yeah, let's get started. So let's go ahead and pop on over here. First things first, we're going to finally talk about our good old friend here, the elevator. This has been up for like the past 3 or so episodes, and we never talked about what this was or what it does or anything, but it's an elevator, right? Let me turn off my advanced hot tags or tooltips. Yeah, what is that? Sophisticated backpacks, whatever. Anyway, elevators, super cheap. And they are used, it's just wool with an ender pearl centered, so ender pearl wool surrounding. And if you pair them up in the same y-axis here, you can teleport between them. Bam, bam. Super simple, right? So if we come down by pressing shift, we come down to this area, you're going to see that I dug out a basement. I did this a long while ago, just dug it out. We have some cobblestone from the chipped mod. We have just regular stone here, and made us a little basement so that we have a little bit of room to work with, because our house up here is not the largest thing in the world, and so it's kind of hard, and I don't want to keep having to expand up because it's just eventually going to look kind of dumb, this massive tower of stuff. Plus every space is only so wide and so large, so it doesn't give us much room for expansion of things. So yeah, we're going down. Generally I tend to go down. It's easier to hide things, it's easier to make a nice area to work with. That's just me, because I can't build very well. But anyway, if we come down here, you're going to see we have a whole bunch of drawers and everything. If we take a look up here, our drawer controller, our storage controller is chilling out up here. I moved our drawers downstairs here into the basement, and I added a few new drawers. These are called compacting drawers, and we kind of sort of discussed them last episode when we were talking about our whole process for our gas burning generator, right? The compacting drawers. The advantage with compacting drawers, especially with your ingots or anything that you need blocks of frequently, is that it automatically takes care of that for you. You don't have to craft them. If you're watching my Enigmatica 6 expert series, anytime that I need nuggets, I have to teach my refined storage system how to make nuggets, because we're not using compacting drawers, and vice versa for blocks. If I need to get blocks set up, I have to teach the system how to make the blocks, because we're only storing the ingots. The ingots are in drawers, technically supreme black hole containers, but whatever. They're not being, auto compacted. And so with this setup, it's very important when you actually put these into there that you put the nuggets in. So take an iron ingot, break it down into nuggets, and then put the nugget into the compacting drawer. Don't put the ingot directly in, or you're going to run into the same problem that I was talking about last episode with the melons, where it puts the full melon, the compacted version, and then the 2x compacted version. We need nuggets, ingots, blocks, right? So if you place those in there, bam, 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 you're going to see it does the thing. And if you can see up in the tooltip up top in what is this, one probe, you're going to see we have exactly 631 blocks of iron currently, with 2 ingots and no nuggets sitting inside of there. That's the actual amount of items that are inside of this drawer, because if we hold shift, we're going to see that it's going to say we have 632 blocks of iron, 5.7 thousand iron ingots, and 51,000 iron nuggets. That is not accurate. We don't have that many of each. It's just, the blocks of iron converts to 5.7 thousand ingots, and that converts to 51,000 iron nuggets. So we don't actually have that many of each type. We have this many blocks, the 633 blocks, but it can be converted down into 5.7 thousand, and then that can be converted down to 5.3k. So that's one disadvantage, I guess you could say, with compacting drawers, because your system is going to see all 3 of those, right? So like, for example, iron ingots, iron nuggets here, So if I take out 64 blocks, you're going to see both our iron ingots and our iron nuggets dropped significantly. So 5,706, it now dropped to 5,132 because I picked up 64 of these. Sometimes it can confuse like refined storage and stuff because it's going to see that you have all of these nuggets and all of these iron ingots and all of these blocks of iron. In a pack like this where we have resources automated, it's not that big of a deal because we have a lot of everything. But if you're in a pack where your resources are limited, where you're manually mining everything and stuff, maybe compacting drawers is not the way to go because it can confuse recipes with refined storage, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, so that's our setup here. If we pop upstairs, you're going to see that we have this fancy setup. Basically, I just took our macerator setup here that we had upstairs for our ore doubling and automated it. Okay, so we have our ender chest that's linked to our builder outside, and that is set to pull coal. Well, it was set to pull coal into this. I disabled it, and we'll talk about that in a second. But coal is not going into here. Charcoal is going into here. We have a tree, meaning a bonsai pot outside. So we have a macerator that's set up here with some overclocker upgrades because it's extremely slow and we wanted to speed this up. So we now have 6 total overclocker upgrades. In order to support that, we have 4 basic generators. We have one here, we have one here, we have one behind, and we have one below. And then over here, we have a bonsai pot that is producing wood, doing the whole furnace thing, charcoal, and then filling all these bad boys up with charcoal so that they can produce enough power for this macerator with 6 overclock upgrades. And it works great. It just doesn't look the greatest. So up here we have a item pipe that is tagged with a white list of forge raw materials. That is the tag for our raw items. Except for platinum and zinc, they do not have this tag. They have forge raw materials platinum and forge raw materials zinc. Those are specific tags. They don't have the broad tag. So I had to add those 2 separately. So those get filtered out. They come into this netherite chest, which has stack upgrades in them. The stack upgrades are cheap. It's just diamonds. And as you can see, we have tons of diamonds. So it really wasn't that big of a deal. And stack upgrades. Those then get pulled into the macerator, which then get macerated and doubled up, which gets pulled over here to our netherite furnace, which is going to smelt it. And then it goes into here into this ender chest, which as you can see is a gray or it's white, gray. Okay. That chest is linked over here, white, gray, which then gets pumped back into our storage controller, dumps the items in there, bada bing, bada boom, everything goes into our drawers and we're good to go. I also have this other spruce netherite barrel set up here, and these are both set to nearest first, so they will always try and put into the storage controller before they put anything into this barrel. This exists because sometimes our builder is mining up trees, because of the way that its Y level is and everything. So it's going to mine up the trees, and we don't want that to happen and jam up our system. So this barrel is set here so that the builder can dump any plants and stuff into this. Okay. It's a fairly simple setup. Nothing too crazy, nothing too extraordinary going on here. Ores come in here, they're filtered out, they get doubled, they get pulled over to here, and then they get processed. Okay. Super simple. I'm going to go ahead and close this off. I left this open for you guys. Bam. Okay, cool. And then again, outside there, we have to run all the way around, but that's just the a bonsai pot with a drawer and a golden furnace. I did put one of my all the Modium axes in here with efficiency so it could run as fast as it possibly can. So yeah, that guy's doing that thing and it's working quite well. Let's see, what else have we done? What else did we do? You can kind of see here, I added framed inventory cables to do the thing and made a paint kit. Framed inventory cables are cheap. Framed inventory. They're these. It's just an inventory cable surrounded by some sticks. And then you use this paint kit that is from the same mod to paint them. It's a facade. So if we shift click here, stone bricks, and I shift click here, we're going to paint that with stone bricks. I shift click sandstone and I click there, we have sandstone, and it basically just covers the area so you don't have a massive hole in the ground. You can kind of make it look nice. And I did the same thing here and here. Okay. And then up here, I just set up the basic infrastructure for our project that we're going to work on today. Nothing too crazy. It's just I just mapped out and rearranged how things are going to look. So we have our garden cloche here that's doing its thing, producing melons. They are getting pulled from this pipe down into the drawer. Perfect. We have our sink sitting below that, and behind it is a universal pipe. The reason that we're using universal pipes is that they have all pipes in them. The caveat with this is you can either extract or insert at one time. You cannot do both. So this is set to extract from the sink, so we can never insert to the sink from this this block face. I'd have to hook another one up to the other side to be able to do that. But we could now, if the sink had it, we could extract items, fluids, energy, and gas all from the same pipe if we wanted to. We're doing fluids, of course. So it's pulling fluids out of this. It's dumping it into our garden cloche, and it is set up here to the top. So eventually we can replace this plug with power when we get our gas burning generator set up, because this is going to be a self-sufficient system. The gas burning generator, when we get it set up here, is going to power everything else that we need up here, including our garden cloche. So we'll eventually get rid of this flux point that's going to sit, bam, and then it'll, self-sufficiently power everything. The only other thing I want to talk about is that, but getting up there is going to be kind of sort of a pain, so we'll be right back. All right, well, it wasn't as much of a pain as I thought it was, because our Sky Island, I did set up another elevator here, so if we go ahead and pop up here, bam, this is going to be Windmill Island. Woo! I was having a lot of power issues back home. My coal could not keep up with everything, especially having the macerator and the netherite furnace basically constantly running because it was going through our, we can't access that massive backlog of ores that we had. As you saw in that drawer or that backpack, I'm not processing any of the copper. We have too much copper. The copper is just going into the backpack and chilling because I don't need that much copper right now. And I don't feel like working on making drawer upgrades and everything just to accommodate copper when everything else is staying fairly even, and then copper is just exploding in numbers. But anyway, I made a bunch of wind generators. They're super cheap and everything. We are currently at Y level 300. The one that we have downstairs at our base is only producing 50 RF per tick. If we take a look at wind generators, they are Shift plus N, a generator that uses the strength of the wind to produce energy with greater efficiency at higher levels. This is almost literally as high as I can get these. Build height is like 312, I think it is the max, 309, something like that. But you can't build up because these take up like 6 block spaces. So I just dropped down to low 300 and set them. So they may be able to go up 1 block higher, but not really too much higher. And even then, these are only producing 154 RF. Yeah, 154 RF. I don't understand. I don't know if it's been nerfed. I don't know if somehow I need to get even higher, but it's not possible. Build height is only this high, but they're only producing less than half of the theoretical max. And this is as high as I could possibly get them. I pillared up with my building gadget and a bunch of cobblestone, and then just made this platform here and everything and did the thing, but whatever, it's okay. So these are we got universal cables for mechanism pulling these out, going into a wind generator, and we're producing 1,000 RF per tick basically with all of these. Not really crazy, not crazy numbers at all. But by doing so, that allowed me to speed up our builder. So if we take a look at our mining dimension, we do have a basic upgrade chilling out in this dude here, which is pulling 1,000 RF into this. And then if we go to our mining location, a lot has been done over here. You can still see, for some reason, it skipped this whole section again, and I don't understand why. Look, it started, it got some of it and then skipped this giant section of stuff, and then it moved on. I don't know why, but look at that guy zooming along now. Pew! He's just going. And I still haven't found any more aluminium. It is not the most common thing. I looked through this massive mess of ore that's sitting here. I don't feel like dealing with this. I could manually mine it and everything, but I don't want to. So it's fine. It can all just sit there. It's not like we're hurting for it or anything like that. But yeah, he's just zooming along. We're producing ore. We're doing good. Just waiting for more aluminium really is what I want out of this whole thing right now. But yeah, okay. That, I believe, should be everything that we worked on in between episodes. So we got a new basement, we have automated processing of our ore, and we have a wind generating farm. Sound good? Sounds good. All right, so let's get to the meat and potatoes of today's episode, which is going to be our gas burning generator setup. We need more power. We need more power so we can kick our builder up to even faster. And eventually I want to set up another builder. We technically already have it in the nether, but I want to get that guy automated, find a crimson forest so we can start getting vibranium. Well, at least mining everything out except the vibranium, and pop into the other even and do some things with that. In between episodes, I did go ahead and work on completing a bunch of these quests. Picked up a bunch of stuff that we had floating around, like our drawers and storage controller and everything. The getting started chapter, since we had unlocked the windmill, I was able to pick up all of this stuff that we've already done that we were just behind on and everything. So we have all of these fancy things done. Oh, this is a hidden quest, Mining World Adventure. I just need to get 2 raw aluminium ore, and I get 2 aluminium ore out of it. Man, I wish I would have had that done a while ago. It's free ore. So we have basic storage done. All the power is like our cables and all that stuff. Mechanism. We have thermal, Ars Nouveau a little bit and everything. So we have a bunch of quests to collect. I'll do this at the end of the episode and see what we end up getting out of all this stuff. But yeah, that's basically where we're at. So gas burning generator setup. So like I said, we have our infrastructure set up here for basically everything that we're going to need. So let's go ahead and get started. So garden cloche producing melons, dumping down into our compacting drawer through this pipe. This compacting drawer is set up and it's making melon slices, regular melons, and then melon blocks times 1x. And it is filtered on the melon blocks 1x, or that is the that's where the 512 comes from. So you're going to get, if you do it this way, you get a ton of melon slices, because that's the limit, because compacting drawers by default can hold 512 of a block, and it's 512 of this block up top. It's kind of sort of cheesy by having these melon block 1Xs in there, because it doubled the amount that we're going to be able to hold of everything else. But I'm not going to complain. We have a lot of melon slices just chilling. So those melon slices are coming out of this pipe, which is filtered. I have an advanced pipe upgrade that filters melon slices out of this. The only thing that comes out of this, melon slices. And then it goes into our crusher, which is the only thing that I had with power in setup, because I had already made it, and I let this run, process melon slices. Side configs, input to the left, output to the bottom. Auto eject is going to be on. I don't know what these 2 little buttons are there. Oh, these are for my crystal and my book, because I have them no sort. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, and this wind generator, I just want to show you. 50 RF. I don't understand. I kept that one just so I could show you guys that. Okay, so crusher. So our first machine that we're really going to need to get set up here is going to be our electrolytic separator. So let's go ahead and grab all the stuff out of our backpack. As you can see, I made upgrades so that we had our upgrades going. It's really not expensive. It was just infused alloy and osmium, and then this is infused alloy in gold. So we're going to be able to speed these up as fast as we can, which is going to produce more power as fast as it can. So yeah, first things first, we're going to go ahead and get our electrolytic separator made. What is the crafting upgrade for our backpack? That would be kind of handy to have. Crafting upgrade. That way I don't have to pull everything out. I can just, it's an ender chest. Oh no, any chest. I'd rather not. There we go. The crafting upgrade for a backpack, super awesome. Gives you a crafting table. That way I don't have to pull items out of my backpack and then go to a crafting table. So that's our electrolytic separator. Okay, so the electrolytic separator is going to go ahead and sit right here, and it is going to get power, and it automatically filled up with water because I have this set to extract water, and this pipe was here, so it automatically did the thing. Not necessarily 100% a fan of the fact that it did the thing, but that's okay. We're going to say fluid input is going to be on the back. Everything else is going to turn off, right? Gas input is going to be, or output is going to be left and right, and then we're not getting any items in here, so we can turn that off. For ethylene, we are going to need ethylene. Let's just add this to our to-do list so we remember. We are going to need hydrogen and then water, right? So we want hydrogen, not oxygen. So we are going to dump excess oxygen. So that way oxygen never backstuffs and then stops us from being able to produce hydrogen. Okay. So we always want hydrogen. We don't need any of this oxygen right now. So we're going to dump the excess and we're going to be good to go. So that is our electrolytic separator. Now, oxygen is going to be on our cyan tier. So we're going to go over to gases and we're going to turn cyan off. We don't want cyan to do anything. And we want blue to go to the right, right? So we're going to go to our gases, turn this off, and we're going to output blue to the right because that's our hydrogen. Hydrogen is blue, oxygen is cyan. We want this to go out, not this. So we're going to go ahead and make our next machine, which is going to be our pressurized reaction chamber. And we should be able to craft that fairly simply. I'm going to go ahead and place this down here and turn off the side config on everything. Clear. Energy is fine. Fluids and gases. We're going to turn off everything. That way nothing ends up going where it doesn't need to go. Sometimes that happens. And we're good. Okay. So we want water to come in from the back because, again, ethylene is going to take water water and hydrogen. So we want water to come in from the back of this guy. So fluids, input water, and we should get water. Then we want our gas to come in from the left. So our gas is you're going to input from the left, and we should get a little bit of hydrogen in there. Finally, we need our biofuel, which is going to come from our crusher. So items are going to come in from the top. And there we go. Items came in and we automatically got some stuff and did the thing. We are going to mute these machines. I always mute my mechanism machines. The sounds are cool, but they are loud. So we're not going to set the anchor first. I don't need to. Get anchor out of here. Excuse me, buddy. There we go. That was my fault for clicking on the one. Mechanism. Turn everything off. I don't want to hear it. There we go. Nice and silent machines. So that's going to be our pressurized reaction chamber, which is going to create our ethylene. And then our last machine that we are going to need to make is our gas burning generator, which is going to sit right here. And maybe not. Gas burning generator has weird inputs and outputs. So because you can't control the input and output, I believe everything is going to be an input except for this block. This is the output block. So we're going to go ahead and rotate this so that the green is going to our gas generator in, and this is going to be set to an extract. Oh, that's another thing I did. I made this thing called the tool belt. It was recommended to me in the comments. The tool belt is super cheap, and then you make tool pouches to go with it and combine it in a smithing table. Let's see, tool belt. Bam, and it's a belt pouch, which is just basically the same thing with a little bit of gold. And by default, if you hold the F key, it opens up this little wheel that you can swap things with. So if I come over here and I click on our pipe wrench, bam, I swapped over to my pipe wrench. Fantastic. I like it. I like having a click to do things too. So there we go. So this is going to extract power out of this, which will then insert power to everything. So all we need to do now really is jump start the system. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this flux point that we have here. And we're going to place this guy right here. And we're going to set it to extract. There we go. Which should get power going to everything. We're going to have to mute some more machines. Bam. And yep. We should be producing ethylene. Yep, there's ethylene. We're going to have to handle the substrate. I forgot about that. We'll get a drawer and just dump it into a drawer. Crusher's doing its thing. Substrate being produced. And we should be producing ethylene. We can then take the ethylene, which is going to be a gas. We are going to output it to the right. And bam, there we go. Ethylene. So our gas burning generator is on and it is working, and it is currently producing 1.69 thousand RF per tick. And it will, as this fills up its buffer of ethylene, it will produce more and more power. The more ethylene that you have, the higher the buffer of everything, the more power your gas burning generator actually produces, which is great. And you can see that it's fluctuating. Its max output is fluctuating because we don't have a lot of ethylene in here. But as we get more, it speeds up. Okay? Does that make sense? I hope so. So then what we want to do is, we're struggling for power overall here right now. So I'm like, I don't know. We can do our energy upgrades for the moment. Let's close that. Let's do our energy upgrades in all these so they use less power. Do you not take energy? Energy upgrades? Oh, it already did it. I forgot that mechanism automatically applies all 8 of them at once now, so I don't have to keep shift right clicking, which is what I did, which is why it was like freaking out on me. Okay. Electrolytic separator is your most expensive, your hungry machine. Once this thing gets maxed out, it uses a lot of power overall. So that's going to be our bottleneck there. But as you can see, we're already producing, it's flickering up to like, 4,000 or 5,000 RF per tick. So as more ethylene's produced, we're producing more. We do need to handle that substrate. So let's grab a drawer. And I'd rather have just like a regular drawer, not one of my 5 or 2x2s. So let's do a spruce drawer. And we'll just throw, we're going to go here. We're going to say items output to the front, auto eject. And then if I put this there, substrate should just pop into there. Perfect. I don't like that this now took up an extra, extra area, but that's okay. We'll live with it. And yeah, there we go. Ethylene coming in. You can see our burn rate bumps up. And we're producing more and more power overall as it flickers around. And again, once we get more ethylene in there, we'll be even better overall. So once this all stabilizes and we start producing even more power, I'll go ahead and get the speed upgrades in these guys, but I don't want to do speed upgrades yet because we're going to bottleneck our system completely if we do so. But this is going to work good. The last thing that I need to get powered is this guy. I think I have my universal cables in here. No, in here. Yeah, I have a universal pipe. So we can just go ahead and break this and then place this there. And now it'll get its power. But it's all one self-sufficient system. And once I break this, it's not self-sufficient just yet. It will be. Look, we're only using 41 RF per tick out of our system right now because all the power is being produced is going to these machines and everything. So we just need to get this filled up, and then we'll be good to go. Okay. That's where that's at. So we'll just let that run for a little bit and let it go. So that is gas burning generator. It's going to work fantastically for us. Before we end the episode, I do want to go ahead and get something set up. And you may have noticed what it is. Ender tanks. I have 2 ender tanks here. So I did it so I can complete the quest. And these are orange ender tanks. I want to get lava, automated lava set up in the nether. So that way we can pump lava so that we have it here for our base. Because I keep having to go downstairs to get lava. And my lava pit that's down in our mine is starting to run out. So we need lava. So let's go ahead and pop over to our nether portal. Hey, buddy. I'm coming to visit. And there we go. Okay. So we should have lava somewhere around here. I'm going to fly. It may not. Okay, I'm not going to fly until I get through there. Let's go ahead and fall and find where we want to get this set up. Honestly, right here looks perfectly fine to me. Bam. Okay, so we're going to get a lava pump set up. I'm going to go ahead and fill like this in a little bit. That way I don't accidentally, walk off the edge. I'd also like to make sure that I am, inside of a singular chunk. I am. Perfect. This is beautiful. So we're going to go that way. Okay. So inside of my backpack, I have ender tanks, 2 of them, both set to orange. I have a pump from the ranged pump mobs, and I have a magmatic dynamo. Pump from the ranged pumps, cheap, just some diamonds, lava, and water. And the way that this works is you give it power, and it pumps lava that's in the area, or any liquid, I think. 100% I'm not 100% sure exactly how this works. I don't know if this needs to be over the lava or not. We're gonna find out. It's always confusing. It doesn't have a GUI or anything like that, so I always get confused when it comes to this guy. But let's go ahead and give him some power and see. Oh, okay, so scanning lava at blah, 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 blah. So now we have lava coming into there. What I want to do is get my magmatic dynamo set up. And look, it's working perfect. It pulled lava from there. Or lava was pushed out of that. And so now lava is going into there, which means this guy has power. He's producing power and pushing it into this. What I need to do is find out. Let's get rid of this. So you're filling up. Yes. It's not doing anything more. Okay, it's filling up. Is this guy, is it pushing back into this, or is this just that efficient? What I need to know is it going to be gosh. Let's turn that off. Is it going to be okay? I don't think it can push lava in through this, but it looks like it kind of just didn't it? I need to know if I need to run a pipe back to this to be able to get lava in and out, or if it's okay just doing it this way. Let's set the ender tank up here. Are you full of lava? You are, right? Yeah, you're full of lava. You're empty again. You're at 3.9 buckets. Okay, so you're not filling up. That's what I needed to know. It didn't look like it was, but I didn't know if maybe the pump had some kind of weird gen or something like that that was going to make it so that it worked that way. So let's go ahead and break these. We're going to go ahead and place a fluid pipe on both of those. We're going to go ahead and set that to extract, which should fill this back up. And now this is self-sufficient. So lava will come into here, push into the magmatic dynamo, or sorry, push into the pump, which is, as you can see, it replaces lava source blocks with stone. And it has, I believe, a 64 block range up and down. So it's just going to do this whole thing. Eventually, we're going to have to move it, but that's a lot of lava, essentially, that we're going to be able to get out of this because it's going to do the entire chunk. But it's self-sufficient now, so we don't have to worry about it. Internal tank is full because this is full, and we have infinite lava available to us, just like that. We do need to go ahead and load this chunk. Bam. So that way this stays always loaded. I guess I don't need to. I was going to say it'd be prudent to set like a waystone here or some way to teleport back over here so that when we need to, we can come move this. But it doesn't make a difference right now, so we're not going to be needing to move it for quite a while, and by then maybe we'll have different way of generating lava or something like that. So let's go ahead and shove this stuff into my inventory. We're going to reset this just by doing that. We're going to keep that in our backpack. It's always good to have a flex point. And now we have infinite lava at home. What we're going to do with it right now, I don't know, but there's lava in there. Perfect. That's what I wanted to see. And yeah, the only other thing that we have is this teleport pad, and we were just in the nether too. I made a second teleport pad for quest purposes, and eventually we're going to need to enter what's known as the other dimension. In order to do so, you come into the nether and you place down this teleport pad in the nether. So we'll do it here, and then you come into here, shift right click. Yeah. And now we're in the other dimension. This dimension has vibranium. So when we get here, we can mine vibranium up over here. Caveat is we have mobs, and these mobs are much stronger than your standard mobs. So we don't want to be just chilling around in here. We need to deal with the mob situation first, then do all the stuff. But I just wanted to go in there so that the quest was completed for teleport pad and Piglin Homeworld. So our last thing that I talked about was we were going to collect our quest rewards. Actually, we don't need to do that. Since we have those slots locked, it doesn't really make too much difference. So quests, all of our quests. Let's see. Whoa, that was a lot of stuff. Okay. Look at all the stuff that's on the ground, too. Jeez Louise. So we got some chelicerae. We got some blocks of gold, block of redstone, some diamonds, diamond sight, nether quartz, head of a blaze, all the modium sight. I want that. Ancient debris, advanced pipe upgrade, iron ore, steel ingot, iron to gold tier, gold to diamond, diamond to netherite tier, all kinds of storage. Basic tier upgrade. Lag, an ender bag, that's kind of handy. We're going to keep that on us. An ender bucket, I've actually never heard of this. I'm assuming that I can just bind it to that, so if I pick up lava, or I always have access to lava, like it's an infinite lava bucket, or if this was water, it'd be an infinite water bucket, which is kind of cool. Another diamond sight, netherite sight, that would have came in handy long ago, but that's okay. Flux dust, redstone dust, basic universal cables, advanced control circuits, basic mechanical pipes, reinforced alloys, enriched carbon, electrum, silver, iron, earth essence, nebulous heart, some more ender pearls, catalyzing gland, gunpowder, rib bone, zombie heart, molten core, osmium, infused alloy, muffling upgrade. Whew. Energy pipes, raw iron, raw gold, basic coil, a diamond wand, 2 more belt patches, we'll apply those, some copper, fluid pipe, a vibranium nugget, allthemodium nugget, and some allthemodium dust, which we'll just go ahead and immediately smelt that. So I can show you how this tool belt works, but it's this and this, or this and this, or was it in the anvil? I don't remember. I think it's in the anvil. Yeah, in the anvil. And then you can upgrade it, and bam. And we actually have the levels right now, so I'm not going to be concerned about it. Perfect. And you can have 3, I think you can put 9 of those upgrades into this, so we can insert another tool into this if we wanted to, which I don't need to right now. But that completes a bunch of our quests. The Allthemodium site is going to be great. We can use this when we go downstairs into our, or we go into the mining dimension and, you know, get the thing. I may make this Charm of Allthemodium site. I'd like to get more Allthemodium. I want more armor. I just want to get this maxed out so we don't have to worry about it. So I'm also going to need to make an Allthemodium pickaxe to mine the vibranium when we get to that point. So yeah, let's go check our ethylene, and then we're going to end up wrapping up today's episode. Can you? Gosh, I do not do good with elevators, apparently, or stairs. So we're sitting at about almost half, probably about a third, and we're still roughly running around about 1,000 RF per tick. So we're doing okay. You know what? We may be bottlenecking here. Let's go ahead and you know what? I think that might be the case. I think our bottleneck is determined by how much we can output. That's why I had upgrades available. Let's do this upgrade. Where was that ultimate upgrade that I had from that other pipe? Bam. Do that. Nothing. No. Nothing doing. It's this guy that's just bottlenecking. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna assist this by putting a flux. You know what? And then this guy too. We technically don't need it in there, but let's go ahead and, because this should be enough. It should be enough to keep this going. This thing, the fact that this thing is flickering means that we're not getting enough power overall. That should speed up our process, our production here. And look, our max output has already jumped up to 3,000, so we're doing okay. Yeah, we'll see where this ends up. Pipes may not be the way to go for that part. 1,600 RF per tick, solid 1,600 out of this right now. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll monitor it and see what happens. I do want to get a void upgrade on this drawer for our substrate. I think I have a few available to us. And then we'll just go ahead and lock it just in case something else ever decides to, I don't know what, but it's locked. Nothing else is ever going to come into there. So we have substrate. Eventually we'll use this substrate to make HDPE, but for now, I think we're good. Okay. All right. I think that's the end of today's episode. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it. It really does help out the channel. Now that we have better power generation going, we have our ores automated and everything, we can start diving into even more stuff. Look, we got 2 belts going on. That's kind of funny. I'm going to turn one of those off. But we can start working on getting into other stuff. We can upgrade our jetpack to the next tier. We can speed our miner up even more. We can start working on heading towards the end. I'm gonna move that builder that we have downstairs to go get us, which I just put that teleport pad down now, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to move that. But yeah, anyway, we got things we can do. Power is our limiting factor. Refined storage. Most likely I'm going to get into refined storage. If it's a choice between refined and AE2, I generally lean refined. The fluid crafting is fantastic. I know how to use it. It's simple. Until I'm forced to use AE2, I probably won't use AE2. That's just me. That's just the way that I'm going to work out. So I don't, yeah. Refined storage. Refined storage is my preference. That's my S tier. AE2 would be my A tier. So anyway, yeah, that's it. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.